Second Life, Museums Across the Globe. Overview. Second Life removes the barriers of time and space for learners by providing a unique learning experience through newly created content or replicas of museums across the globe. Through our cooperative learning project, our team explored 3 Second Life museums: the Little Paris Impressionist Museum replica Orsay, the Natural History Museum Vienna replica, and an original museum that only exists on Second Life, the Black History Museum. At the conclusion of the experience, the learner will be exposed to information from a variety of content areas, in this case art, history, and science from the United States and other cultures. Research Overview. Educators are continually looking for new ways to improve their instruction. In today's age of teaching, technology tools are becoming even more and more important to enhance learning and engaging students. One of the tools educators are using is Second Life because it provides an online environment for students to explore and learn in multitude of areas. This multimedia presentation will describe the value in utilizing Second Life as a virtual tool for teaching and learning. Educational resources. Throughout our research and exploration of Second Life, we found many locations that could be used as a field trip to enrich different courses at every level. Our 3 favorite were the Little Paris Impressionist Museum replica, Orsay, the Natural History Museum Vienna replica, and the virtual Black History Museum. Museum Orsay in Little Paris. This intimate art museum focuses on the European Impressionist movement. It houses many digital recreations of famous art pieces that can be found in museums around the world. In the first floor, there is a room with works by Vincent van Gogh. Across the building, there is a suite of rooms that show the architecture and furnishings of the original museum. On the ground floor, there are several temporal exhibitions that while no longer appear in the real-life museum, they can exist permanently in Second Life. The Natural History Museum of Vienna. The Natural History Museum is inspired by its namesake in Vienna, Austria, and even includes a panorama of the city to complete the immersive experience. At the entrance to the museum, there is a giant dinosaur that visitors can fly around and examine. Once in the museum, there are 2 main exhibits, the dinosaur exhibit and a sculpture exhibit by artist Brian O. By clicking on each dinosaur, visitors receive a note card that includes information in both Austrian and English. Several of the dinosaurs are interactive and can move or even roar at the push of a button. The art exhibit focuses on the steampunk sculptures of Brian O. Virtual Black Museum. This museum, unlike the other 2 included, has no brick and mortar counterpart. This place was built with a clear purpose and design. There are 3 buildings. The first building has visitors follow the timeline of African American history starting in 1619 when the first slaves were brought to what would become the United States and ending in 1965 with the assassination of Malcolm X. The second building provides different biographies of notable African American women. The third building has couches and games as a place to relax and provide an opportunity to discuss the museum's exhibits. Learning scenario. The educational system from K through 12 and beyond has adapted learning to a remote learning or hybrid model due to COVID-19. These models have presented schools with new issues asking questions such as, how can we provide a meaningful learning experience for students like we did before without being able to physically take students to learning enrichment locations such as museums? The following is a learning scenario that can be used by humanities courses English, or history whenever they are teaching anything that connects to African American history or during Black History Month. In this scenario, the teacher will be anchoring their lesson in Second Life. It is the start of Black History Month, and Ms. Rodriguez decides that she will be taking the students on a class field trip to the Black History Museum on Second Life. Before the trip, she tasks students to download Second Life to their school computers and create an avatar that resembles them to some capacity. She also invites another chaperone, the history teacher, Mr. Martinez, to help get students to the right place if they fall behind. Agustin. Social distance guidelines and stay-at-home orders prevent us from simply visiting a museum to learn about critical topics. With Second Life, we are only limited by our imaginations. Claudia. Second Life is definitely a unique piece of software that can be used as an excellent tool in education. Carolyn. Using Second Life as a world language teacher has been a valuable experience. In my classes, I can foresee multiple ways to use different environments with my students. I can have them explore different historical sites, experience unique cultural artifacts, or simply interact with others in the targeted language. Lucero. Throughout my experience, I was able to envision different ways in which I could integrate Second Life into my lesson plans in order to expose my students to interactive learning scenarios. Lindsay. Second Life opens up a multitude of opportunities for students to learn and experience museums and history without ever leaving the classroom. Many students do not get to experience visiting museums around the world due to financial and physical constraints. Second Life gives those students this opportunity. Second Life is an incredible resource available to educators and students. It gives immense opportunities to students to explore the world without leaving their home and provides learning experiences that were not possible before. It allows collaboration in a virtual world. There are downsides, including technology issues, that can make it difficult for a lesson. But once those issues are overcome, Second Life becomes beneficial. As we continue to use this platform in education, we will hopefully see improvements in ease of use so that more people can benefit from Second Life.